Okay, so the plan to help to get the gas tank to turn a bunch for hours without me having to do it is I'm gonna put a rope in the drill and tie the other end to here, and then have the drill strapped to like a post, and then on this side have a rope attached in here, and then the other end of the rope attached to something that can turn freely. And then the drill I'll put a clamp on the trigger of the drill so it'll turn, and then it'll slowly turn the tank. That's the idea. I need to design something to 3D print that can go in here and like sit right there, because as it sits there's no way for me to attach a rope to this end. So I'm gonna use Fusion 360, and that's a seat pan that I'm experimenting with. But anyways, I'm gonna design something that just sits right there on the back of those two lips, and then I can tie a rope behind it. Today's craft day. We got some Legos going on. We got a puzzle over here. This little man made this last night. What is that?
A fox.
Nice. That's so cute. And then we got a referee over there, Parker. And then we got Cameron working on, what is this, Cameron? Corvette? Bugatti. Look at the detail.
One, jump! Well, the head. I'm running off the chair. Now, Fox's head can come off, and right here, you can turn it so it's away. And you just put it in.
There you go.
Sponsor us, Lego.
Yeah, Lego, if you're watching, please sponsor the channel. That'd be great. We've got mouths to feed over here, as you can see. So, yeah, stay tuned. Okay, so here's the little piece that will sit in there so I can tie a rope to this end.
Also, Cameron's Bugatti, it can do this.
Wow.
And
That's neat.
see those things right here?
Yeah.
If you go like this, it'll move. There's this little wheel under that makes it all move.
That's cool. Where'd you get this?
Walmart.
And I got this from Walmart.
Did you hear that, Walmart?
Love you.
You want us to keep doing little shout outs like this. Throw us a wing. Okay, we've got that all set up, and it's in the printer. This is a Anycubic Cobra 3 Max. Anycubic wants to sponsor the channel. That'd be neat as well. Okay, so I've got that piece all printed. This is pretty simple. Just go right there, and that will let me tie a rope to right there. So I got everything set up as far as this that I was trying to design and rotate the tank, and I tried using wire to attach from both sides of the tank, and the wire just kept turning and heating up until it would just break. Could have tried some rope, but after just seeing how it behaved there, I was like, I don't think this is gonna work. So I'm just going to shake the tank around. I got some screws and nuts in there, a little bit of vinegar. I also tried putting it into the dryer, like wrapped up in a bunch of towels. It seemed to work for like 5 minutes, and it wasn't loud at all. You could hear the nuts and screws banging around inside the tank, but it wasn't that loud. But it kept pushing the door open of the dryer, so that didn't work either. I've done this before on another tank. I don't remember how I got all the rust out, but what I'm gonna do is just shake it around and then put the hose in there and just have some water push all the loose rust out, and then we'll see how dirty it actually is. Just looking in there, I do see like some bare steel, so maybe it's not as bad as I'm thinking, but I'm gonna go ahead and shake it around for a bit and then put the hose in there. Man, I just love the way this tank looks. The colors, how nice emblems are, but it's like you can still tell that it's kind of old, but still looks nice. There is their wow, that got real dirty real quick. So, I don't know if you can see in there, but that's bare steel right there. There's a little bit of rust you can see in there. But I'm guessing there's probably some spots in there that are much worse than that. So I guess a really best move would just be to shake it some more and just keep doing this a couple times. So, okay, so I spent about an hour filling this up, shaking it, filling it back up, shaking it upside down with this open so water was just coming out into like a big metal container so I didn't lose all the nuts and screws that were in here. Finally got it all. Well, I mean, it's decent. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can see actually really good. So there's still some like surface rust. Some of that will just kind of like wipes away. But for the most part, like this, like what you're seeing here is what the whole thing looks like on the inside. So it's not terrible. I put some vinegar in here just to give it a little bit more time, try to soak up some of that rust as much as we can. And then the POR15 motor or gas tank sealer is what I'm gonna do on this. And it says if there's a little bit of surface rust like that, it's okay. So I'm gonna let this soak for a little while longer and then dump all that vinegar out, get a blow dryer onto here and dry it all out till it's bone dry. And then we start the sealing process, the POR15. So that's where we're at. All right, so I'm ready to start the POR15 process. This is the first step. It's a heavy duty degreaser. It says to mix it with 4 quarts of warm water. And then sit out here and shake it all different directions. Orientations, 30 minutes. All right, I am done shaking it with the degreaser in there. So next step is metal prep. It says here, now empty the solution from the tank and rinse it out with water. Tank should be empty of rinsing water, but does not have to be bone dry before using POR15 metal prep. Pour the entire bottle of POR15 into the tank. Roll the tank around to ensure it coats all surfaces. Place the tank in different positions every half hour until the entire inside of the tank has been treated with POR15 metal prep. Rinse the tank thoroughly with warm water several times and drain it thoroughly. And then it has to become bone dry after the metal prep, and then after that the sealer goes in. So I'm gonna drain this out and pour that in there. Okay, I've got water going in there to rinse out the degreaser, and then we'll get the metal prep put in. I started thinking about possibly doing a new paint job on this. I really love the classic. It's got a little bit of patina on it, and I really like, I saw this on there. It says preserve nature, remember preserve nature. I think that's pretty cool back in the day when companies still cared about stuff like that. But with the other stuff that I want to do to the bike, if I did a new paint job, it could look pretty sweet. So we'll have to, I guess, figure that out later. Would love your guys' thoughts on potentially doing a new paint job on here, or just leaving it this classic look. All right, time to pour in the metal prep, and then I gotta go in because it's time for dinner. I'll come out every 30 minutes to rotate the tank Ooh, that's like purple. Purple means it's powerful, I'm guessing. Cap back on here. Give it a quick shake. There's my beautiful fiance. You can see her in the background right there. Show him your ring. See that giant rock? Okay, just give this a quick shake. And then hope it doesn't leak out of there. I'm gonna let it sit on that side first. Should be good. And I want to show you guys just how much rust was in. This isn't even all of it. So those screws, paper towel there, all those screws and nuts were brand new, clean before I put them in the tank. Look at all that rust that was in this gas tank. It's insane. Okay, so now I've got the other stuff in there, and I just gotta let it sit on in every position for 30 minutes. And I think it's like an etching material. It just preps the inside of the tank for the sealer, which is right here. I've used this before, like I said, like 10 years ago, and it worked great. I didn't have any issues with it afterwards, so yep. All right, so I got the resealer, the gas tank sealer in there. It's been in there for like 5 days, so this is ready to go. It looks pretty good. It looks about the same as the last time I did it. So yeah, super stoked about this. So we're ready to get some gas in here. I do need to figure out if this is still usable. Not currently circulating air, like there's a clog in here somewhere, so you clean that out. Okay, so before I can actually get some fuel to the carburetor using the tank, I gotta clean this. There's a really bad blockage in there. It's clogged up super good. Okay, it just got done boiling for like 8 minutes. You can see how dirty that water is. But also over there, see that big glob that came out of the carburetor, of this piece too, the petcock. Okay, so it was still clogged, not any air was getting through. So I grabbed this metal wire and shoved it down in there, and it stopped, and then I pushed harder and it like broke through. I'm guessing just a ton of rust, because you saw how much rust was in that gas tank. So I tried everything to get this unclogged, and then again, my beautiful fiance here came up with this idea. Her little, what is this? Steam thing. And it cleared it right out. So. Okay, so I've got the gas tank back on with the fresh POR 15 seal on it. I don't know how well you can see, but it is clean. I put gas in there. It's been like 6 days since I did this, and now 7 days actually. They say to wait at least 5 days. I waited 7 just to be extra safe. And I've got fresh gas in there, and it looks like it's working great. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna let this battery get charged up and see if we can start it. I still need to check like all the gears and stuff. It seems to be fine. It's in neutral right now. The wheel turns. I went through all the gears and everything seems fine there. But I would like to get it running off of the gas tank, but I need it to charge up in order to do that. So for now, I'm gonna go work on the computer and get some I need to start learning a bit more about how to design on Fusion 360 so I can start designing some parts for this. Main thing is going to be the seat and the cafe hump that I want to design. I've got some cool ideas for that, so let's go do that. So this is not exactly what I'm thinking, but it is similar. Just something sleek like this with a few different planed angles, integrated blinker and brake lights, and you know, just kind of sleek looking. However, I do not know how to design something like this on Fusion. So next step is to watch this Fusion 360 how-to tutorial to learn how to make stuff like that, because historically what I've made is flat 2D parts for Katanga arms, and this is completely different. So this will be the next step, is to learn how to do this. Okay, after couple hours, couple YouTube videos, this is not exactly what I want, but you kind of get the idea. But yeah, you get the idea, kind of what I'm going for. So I'll probably have to print it in two halves, and so it's hollow underneath. I can go up underneath and find spots where the light, blinker, brake light, and then integrate all of that stuff. And then I need to figure out how I'm gonna attach the cushion and the upholstery to this. I'm thinking I'll just make that separate and then probably either screw it to this or glue it with some really good glue. So that's what it looks like. I ended up changing it a little bit. Gave it some rounded edges and a little chamfer there. So I just need to import this new version into the print software. Okay, so here's the mini version of the first attempt at a seat pan. It's a very good start, feeling optimistic. You can just picture some kind of integrated blinker on the left side, an integrated tail light, and an integrated right blinker. That looked pretty sleek, and I can get different. There's filament that looks like metal, and you can kind of sand a little bit and make it look really nice. So this will be cool. And this would sit on the rails. Obviously I would design a few points in here to attach to the motorcycle. And yeah, it's looking promising. I've still got a decent amount I need to learn as far as how to design on Fusion 360 to get it how I really want it. But once I do, I'll be able to design this, different variations, and I'm going to also design a headlight housing to kind of match the design of this. And any other parts that I think of for the bike I can design and try to match style for the other parts, as well as colors, which would be pretty cool to be able to swap out colors. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Stay tuned for the next video.